In this video, I'm going to be discussing the Cadence Zero Gauge 3000 watt high power amp kit WK01. In the kit, you get 17 feet of what they call zero gauge translucent blue superflex power cable. I'll discuss this in a little bit. The cable is extremely flexible, so you can actually maneuver it very easily to get it hidden in tight spaces. You also get 3 feet of zero gauge silver superflex ground cable. Now this cable is totally different from the actual power cable. This seems to be a true zero gauge, whereas the power cable is realistically more barely a 2 gauge. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the ground cable and the power cable. As you can see, even the outside diameters are a little bit different, but the inside portion is significantly different. Here I have it next to a known 2 gauge wire that I had lying around my house, and as you can see, it's barely even the 2 gauge size. Now keeping in mind, you're only going to pay about $55 for this entire kit. So as long as you don't have a high power requirement, this will be perfectly fine. I am running about 700 watts on my system, and I constantly hold 13.5 volts all day long. Next, you're going to get an A&L heat resistant fuse holder and a 200 amp A&L gold plated fuse. This is pretty straightforward. The case is pretty sturdy, nothing too crazy, but it does the trick, especially at the price. They also give you 17 feet of high-grade twisted RCAs. Now, upon first inspection of this, they seem a little small, but to be honest with you, they sound great, and I can't tell the difference in my system. Also included in this kit is 25 feet of 12 gauge blue speaker wire. The speaker wire was very easy to work with and seemed like it was of a pretty good quality. You also got some wire loom to hide your zero gauge wire underneath your engine compartment in case you didn't want it to be showing or as flashy. There was also some remote wire included in this kit. Now personally, I did not use this wire. It seemed way too small and way too flimsy for me to be comfortable using it as my remote wire. I ended up using my own 12 gauge wire as a remote. So in finishing off this little review and explanation of what comes in the kit, a lot of the questions would be, is this kit worth the $55 that you're going to spend on it? Honestly, in my opinion, it is. You get a lot for your money, and even though the power cable is not as large as I would have liked it to be, it's still bigger than a 4 gauge, which was what I was going to go with alternately. And because there's a lot of extra plastic around the wire, that gives you more protection. I was thoroughly impressed with the kit. For $55, you can't beat it. So if you're just getting into an entry-level kit and you want to step up from 4 gauge and go to 0 gauge or even 2 gauge, which is what my power is, this would be the kit for you. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.